Hi, my name is Kat from Owling Dog. I love creative arts and restoring old furniture and other items. The time you spend watching this channel is appreciated. I hope you subscribe and like these videos, which helps circulate the content. Feel free to drop a comment. All of these are appreciated. Well, let's go see what's in the barn. So it's my armoire that I'm doing now. This is a piece that I picked up for me, and I picked it up to put all my paints in it and craft supplies and all kinds of art supplies that I might have that I don't want to be mixed in with the tools. And I made a couple of repairs on it already. I fixed the doors so that they open and close and stay shut. And I cut a few pieces of trims that I'm going to use for shelves. It does have a little hanger in there. I'm not going to remove that, but I am going to put some shelves because that will be handy to put my paints on. And I have some design ideas for it, so let's move it out into the space where I can work on it. But after I started working on it and saw how pretty the wood patterns were, I decided to try and restore it. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I think this is really pretty. I do love it. I had to fix these little drop balls. They were out of skew, but now the door shuts. It's not wonderful, but and it looks like this hinge could come up a little bit. Although if you try to move that door, it doesn't move at all. My thought was to, I think I'm going to replace this trim with a totally new trim. And I'm also going to decorate this. So this is just kind of engraved out of one piece of wood or veneer. It looks like a veneer. It's a good, thickness veneer. Probably, what happens. And I could have made a mold of this original trim to fill in the parts that were missing, but I decided to use a Would You Bend product with a little bit fancier detail on it. And so I heated up some hide glue in the microwave. I don't put the glue in the microwave. I just put the cup of water and heat up the water. There we go. So I found a piece that actually went there. Whenever a piece falls off or I see something, in my travels, I keep my hands on them because it's a precious find. And I don't know when I'm going to come across them again. So this piece actually goes on the other side, which I've cleaned off. It fits perfectly, one little piece to fit there, so that's nice. Yep, it fits in there perfectly. I'm afraid to use a piece of tape over it because sometimes the tape sticks to the sometimes the tape actually sticks to the clamp and then it pulls it out. So I went downstairs and I found I have a lot of wood down there. It's really old, real dusty stuff, and I found what looked like veneer. So I took it upstairs to clean. This is just a little bit of alcohol. I mean, even if it's not the right type of wood, it's better to me than actually putting like a wood filler on it. I try really hard to mend what I can, you know, without getting really rough with it and putting a wood putty, if possible. Sometimes I use wood putty, so there's that. It doesn't look too bad, and I bet I can color it up. At least it'll be a type of wood. I don't know. I think so. I think it's better than using wood filler for now, and I think I can get some good, decent color out of it. It's probably like a, you know, just a, I don't know what it is, a little piece of birch or something. So let's see what we can get out of that. We'll let that dry, but it's not too bad. And I have some dye stains I can use to get the color. So I might take these drawers apart after all, because when I started pulling them apart, I actually got this one to slide right out because there's a chip of wood missing there. Somebody put a nail in it. Look at the beautiful, you know, coin dovetails. They're so pretty. I think they're called coins. But yeah, let's see if we can take this apart. This is just a piece of plywood. So, you know, those aren't old nails. So yeah, we'll take that out and hopefully not disintegrate the drawer. That's funny, but not funny, haha. I can't figure that out. Might have been like that. So let me file it down a little bit so it fits in there, and then I can use my chisel once it's dry and chisel it to the right shape. Okay, so that camera picture was kind of blurry because I had it going the other way, so I just turned it. But here is what we just did, a better picture of that. And a lot of little fixes. I'm actually not going to video all of them, but once I get these little ones dry and I'm able to turn it on its side, I'll start videoing again. Okay, so today we're going to turn this on its side and finish mending the veneer as much as possible. This one I'm going to have to shave down a little bit. But yeah, okay. So last night was the first night that I left 2 of these heaters going. See if I can fix that. Yeah, the oil-filled heaters, and I have 2 of them, one on one side and one on the other. And I put them on a timer to start in 6 hours after I left. And I didn't set an end time, and I was kind of curious, like, will they be on when I come back to the shop? And they were. Plugs are fine. Everything is fine. So that makes me feel better. I think hopefully it'll stay warm enough in here for me to work through the winter and keep my paints from freezing. Type finish. I also sanded it afterwards with 120 and then 320. The wood looked beautiful too. So, oops, let's see if I can get it to focus again. All right, there's the new piece of veneer that I got from downstairs in the scary part of the barn. I should have probably put it on video when I shaved it down. All I did, it's so thin, I cut it with a pair of scissors, and then I just chiseled it. Not this part over here, whoops, not this. This isn't done yet, just this one piece. So now what I'm gonna do is, whoops, I'm going to try to put some color on it and see if I can't get it to be closer to this color. And then where I had to shave this down so that it would fit in the little ball joint that goes up and down. See those little things? They just pop up and down. It's kind of an old system, I guess. They work really well, but you know, probably have dropped down over time. So what I had to do is I had to grind this down a little bit so that it would slide under. And it's smooth, but it just has a little groove in the wood. I don't want to change that because it's going to start hitting it again and it'll prevent it from shutting all the way. So all I'm going to do is sand it so that it looks nice and clean. And then I'm just going to fill these with just a little bit of wood filler. And then we'll try to tint that as well. And so I'm just going to spray a little bit of alcohol just to get the base color of it. And so you can see it wants to focus on something else. So I think it's a good, actually a good base color. The green is nice, and if I can get that color right and use that veneer that I found downstairs, I should be able to fill those pieces of veneer pretty seamlessly. I'm hoping anyway. So someone filled in this lock long ago, so the lock mechanism doesn't work anymore, but it's still the backing is still there. So I'm not going to remove it. And I just, have filled a few things with just some all-purpose wood filler. And there's a couple of deep gouges here that I'm going to fix with some Kwik-Wood. So, because this, they must have tried to either get in here or keep it locked. Someone added these little hooks. But I won't remove those because it's part of the piece's personality. I'll just leave it. But I am going to fix these gouges with some Kwik-Wood. I mean, I think restoration is kind of a personal preference. Some people, depending on what the end result is that you want. And it depends. This piece is mine, and I'm not thinking that it's going to have any like huge value or anything because of the fixes that have been done to it. It's not an untouched antique. But so, you might want to go about restoring it in different ways, and I think that's fine. I do think I'm just going to leave it like that for a minute. I think it's a matter of preference. So, I mean, there are other things you could do. You could get some of the wood species that this is made of, probably like a birch, most likely. Get a 1 inch or 3/4 inch birch. You could cut that out and you could put it in. I think that's really the best thing to do, I would say, is to cut out the pieces and put in new actual pieces of wood. But I'm not going to do that. Because I'm going to keep this for myself, and I'm actually going to put paint in here. So the chances of it taking a little bit of a beating just from me handling it are very great. If I was going to use this in my bedroom, it would be different. So I just want to start out with a little bit of wood, Kwik-Wood, so that it has something to stick to. Over it. Let's put it here and see if we can get this looking a little bit better. And so I'm going to fix this jaggedness and just make the repairs more uniform instead of trying to fit in little shards of veneer. I wouldn't, if I had the original veneer that went there, I would just, fit it in the way it was. But, where I don't have it, I've got to cut my losses. And I think I'll try to fill in this one. This is just a little, almost straight up and down one. I'll try. But to make it feasible, I'm just going to cut it off evenly. And yeah, this is loose. So I'll just leave that if possible and put some glue underneath it. I already started heating my hide glue. I just want to clean off any glue that's left over there. So I wear gloves because I learned the hard way. When I use these razors to cut into the veneer, sometimes the razor slips. So you're probably more coordinated than I am. But so let's make these shapes and see if we can't get that old veneer to fit in there. I'm just going to put a little clamp on here. I might have to do some filling in here, but it's more important for me to get the grain so that it fits correctly. Let's go here. Here I'm adding a gel stain to the back, which was not finished originally, but I just wanted to make it look more uniform and finished and give it a protective coating, so that's why the gel stain. Yeah. So this is a little bit of raw umber mixed with some coffee bean chalk paint, and I've touched up a few spots, and you know, it's a good kind of a base color. I'm able to see that. It still doesn't really color the wood filler, but it does color the places where I kind of so that's actually looking pretty good. Now, the drawers, I mean, I could darken them, and they were somewhat darker. They were more of this orange color that I scraped off, but I don't want to make them orange again. The finish still is somewhat orange, so these veneer inserts, I have to do something with those because they're a little darker. In several colors to fill in the spaces that were left over from mending the veneer. And so I've gone around like a crazy person with the touch-up pens, all different colors over and over again, because obviously when you look at a piece of wood like that, it's a million different colors. And here are all the different pens that I've used. The furniture touch-ups, the Mohawks and the fill sticks, and shellac, and the brown dye stain from yesterday. And I guess the good thing is, so I've just been going over it and over it until I can't really see all the pieces of veneer. Like there's one down here. Hard to see. It's right here actually. I don't know if I can focus on that. But yeah, really, really hard to tell. Pieces of veneer. There's some on the bottom. Now it's really hard to tell. All these diggers on the top mean, most of them are still there, but they look much more subtle anyway. And this piece where I put the wood filler in, so you can see with the dye sticks over and over again, you can't tell that that's a piece of wood filler now. No, it looks good. There's the other side of the repaired veneer. And you can definitely see this one. And I think you can see that one. So this one is right here. But hey, it's not bad, really. It's not bad. And the inside is all done with shellac. Not sure if I'm going to be able to put in the shelves like I hoped to for showing this video on YouTube. This needs a little bit more shellac. There's a top. So it has some repairs, but it looks actually really, really good. And then yesterday we did a gel stain on the back. And it just sort of brings it in together. There was no manufacturer's name there in the back, so there was nothing hidden. But at least it looks uniform. It looks pretty good. So, yeah. Drawer, scraping and sanding the drawers, re-nailing the drawer bottoms, mending the pin and clove, filling the broken drawer, refastening the drawer guides, cutting out and repairing the veneer, sanding and reactivating the original finish, removing the trim and adding wood you bend, adding a decoupage to the primitive ovals decoration is what I'm doing right here. I added a rope trim to the ovals. I added the dyes and touch-up paints and stains, gel stained the back, several coats of shellac. Just a lot of work. But I think it was worth it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We redid an armoire and it was old. It's probably an antique or close to it anyway, early 1900s. We repaired a lot of the veneer and made the doors open and close. I took off the old trim. This isn't going to match, but the doors work well, so I didn't want to push it. We did a decoupage in here on this design, and then I put a rope decoration around it, but this is the wood you bend and it's gilding wax. It has a really nice finish now. The doors open well, and you can see they have these beautiful drawers, and the drawers work well. I am going to put in some shelves in there so I can keep my paint, but that will have to be, maybe I'll update it on Instagram. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're subscribed and you like this video. Have a great day.